सो हेलो बच्चों, अभी हम लोग पढ़ने वाले हैं एप्लीकेशन ऑफ थर्मोडायनेमिक्स इन द मेटलर्जी। लास्ट वीडियो में मैंने थोड़ा सा डिस्कस किया था, बट दैट वीडियो वाज नॉट कंप्लीटेड। सो हियर वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द मेटलर्जी ऑफ आयरन. As you can see, I have already discussed the reaction that is considered as a couple of two reaction. Here the reduction of iron oxide to iron and the oxidation of carbon to carbon monoxide. So what happened? Iron oxide, it gets converted into iron solid plus half mole of oxygen, and carbon, when it's react with oxygen, results in the formation of carbon dioxide, and this is the value. So the net Gibbs energy change would be your delta Rg. So resultant reaction takes place when free energy of the second reaction is more negative than the first reaction. As we all know that for the feasibility of a reaction, the delta G value has to be negative. In Ellingham diagram, the line goes upward for the iron to iron oxide, while delta G for the carbon to carbon monoxide line goes downward with rise in temperature. So in the blast furnace, iron is extracted from the hematite ore in the following steps. So these are the steps which we are going to study about. First one is your concentration. It is concentrated by the hydraulic washing method. Second one is your calcination. So in calcination, concentrated ore is heated in the absence of air to remove the moisture and volatile impurity. Then we do the oxidation. So in oxidation, concentration of ore is heated in the excess of air to convert ferrous oxide into ferric oxide. Alright, then smelting is done. So smelting after calcination, this is the very important process of metallurgy of iron. The ore is subjected to undergo reduction with carbon in blast furnace. Now the ore is mixed with the limestone and coke in a ratio of 8:1:4, which is known as charge, and placed in a blast furnace. A blast of hot air is blown from the bottom through a narrow pipe. The temperature varies from 2170 to 500 Kelvin. Okay, and the next step is in the blast furnace, reduction of iron oxide takes place at the different temperature range. So hot air is blown from the bottom of the furnace and coke is burned to give the temperature up to 2200 Kelvin in lower portion. The burning of coke therefore supply most of the heat is lower, and iron oxide coming from the top are reduced in steps to iron oxide. So the various zones and the reaction occurring in the blast furnace are as follows. So this is in the previous video also I have shown the diagram. So this is how in this blast furnace the entire reaction will goes on. This is the blast furnace. Alright, so air from the bottom side we blown to inside. Alright, so in the reduction zone, in this zone, the uppermost part of the furnace temperature is about 500 to 800 Kelvin. Metal oxide is reduced to metal. Here you can see these are the reactions that happens in the blast furnace. Fe2O3, it reacts with the carbon monoxide, results in the formation of Fe3O4, and then Fe3O4, it gets reacted with the carbon monoxide, so it gets reduced to iron metal and carbon dioxide as a byproduct. So there are two reactions which happens first. And the Fe2O3, it reacts with carbon monoxide, result in the formation of iron oxide. So this is the reaction. Now moving on to the next part, that is the combustion zone at 900 to 1500 Kelvin. Higher temperature range in blast furnace. In middle part of the furnace, cokes will burn to form the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide rises upward and reduces to carbon monoxide when it gets reacted with carbon. And iron oxide formed, it gets reacted with carbon monoxide, result in the formation of spongy iron. Around a region of temperature of 1273 Kelvin, limestone and calcium carbonate decomposes, which help in the formation of a slag. So there will be a slag formation. Okay, so here the reaction scheme is calcium carbonate get decomposed into calcium oxide, which reacts with silicon dioxide, result in the formation of slag, which is calcium silicate, CaSiO3. Now the next one is your melting zone. So in lower part of furnace, spongy iron is melt at 1600 Kelvin and collect at the bottom of the hearth. The slag being lighter and float over the molten zone, and the molten iron is called the pig iron. So there are different kind of iron that is formed. So I will discuss one by one. So this is the scheme. Finally, iron oxide, it get reduced with carbon, formation of iron plus carbon monoxide. So now the different forms of iron and their composition. First one is your pig iron. It is formed in the blast furnace and has impurity of 4% carbon and small amount of sulfur, phosphorus, silicon and manganese. So pig iron is casted into varied shapes. It is further purified for the commercial use. So first one is pig iron, which contains 4% of carbon and other impurities. Now talking about the cast iron. Cast iron, it is different form of pig iron, and it is made by the melting of pig iron with scrap iron and coke. Using the hot air blast furnace, it contains 3% of the carbon content. It is extremely hard and brittle. Next one is your wrought iron. It is also known as malleable iron, so it can be converted into rods and sheets, and it is the purest form of the commercial iron. It is prepared from cast iron by oxidizing impurities in the reverberatory furnace lined with hematite, which oxidizes carbon to carbon monoxide. So this is the reaction scheme. Limestone acts as a flux, and sulfur, silicon and phosphorus are oxidized and passed into the slag. The metal is removed and free from the slag by passing through the rollers. Now the process for the conversion of pig iron into steel. Pig iron contains 4% of carbon and small amount of sulfur, phosphorus, silicon and manganese. When it is heated strongly in Bessemer converter in presence of oxygen, carbon get oxidized to carbon dioxide, phosphorus to phosphorus pentoxide and sulfur to sulfur dioxide, which are removed as the gases. Silicon is converted into silica, silicon dioxide, and manganese to manganese oxide. Both react with each other and form manganese silicate, that is your slag, which is removed. Now the wrought iron is prepared, which is then added at 0.5% of the carbon and to get the steel. Now the next point is the extraction of copper. So how we can extract copper from its copper oxide? And copper is generally obtained in the form of its sulfide ore. So copper exists mainly in the form of a sulfide ore, but in Ellingham diagram it suggests that the reduction of copper oxide is easier. So what we do for actually, first the sulfide ore gets converted into oxide, so copper sulfide gets converted into copper oxide. देख लेते हैं क्या लिखा है इसमें. In order to make the process easier, sulfide ore of the copper is first converted into oxide, copper oxide. So the extraction of copper is done in the following steps. First one is the concentration. Copper pyrite is powdered and concentrated in the froth flotation process. Sulfide ore को हम क्या कर लेते हैं, पहले froth flotation process से हम concentrate करते हैं. Then we do the roasting. So roasting is done in the presence of air and oxygen. Free sulfides, arsenic and the antimony are removed as their oxides. So copper pyrite is converted into copper sulfide and ferrous sulfide. This copper sulfide reacts with oxygen to form copper oxide. The oxide can then be easily reduced to metallic copper using coke. So here you can see reduction will happen to obtain the copper, and then this smelting will take place. The roasted iron is mixed with the silica, coke and heated with a blast of hot air in the reverberatory furnace. So what happens? Copper oxide reacts with the iron sulfide, results in the formation of copper sulfide and iron oxide as a byproduct. This iron sulfide then it gets reacted with oxygen to form iron oxide and sulfur dioxide as a gas. So iron oxide, when it reacts with silicon oxide, so there will be a formation of slag. The molten mass is known as copper matte that contain copper sulfide and iron sulfide. Iron oxide removed in the form of a fusible slag. And the final step is a Bessemerization. In copper matte, some silica is added and a blast of hot air is blown in silica lined. Converted the remaining iron sulfide is into oxides. So it get oxidized. So the iron sulfide get oxidized. The oxides of ore thus formed react with the silica to form slag. So this is the formation of slag, where iron oxide reacts with silicon dioxide, result in the formation of iron silicate, FeSiO3. In this way all iron is removed. So all iron impurities in the copper ore gets removed and the excess of silica is absorbed by the lining. Now copper sulfide is oxidized. Here you can see, so the copper sulfide gets converted into copper oxide and sulfur dioxide gets liberated out. Copper dioxide which gets formed, it reacts with copper sulfide and results in the formation of pure copper. So here we get the pure copper metal and the sulfur gets liberated out in the form of sulfur dioxide. So the molten copper is allowed to cool During cooling, this dissolved sulfur dioxide comes out in form of blister. So it is called blister copper. Okay. Now moving on to the next one, that is the extraction of zinc from the zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is obtained from the zinc blende. Zinc blende is the ore of zinc, and then zinc is extracted from the zinc oxide. Whole process is as follows. This is the process for the extraction of zinc. Zinc blende ore is concentrated by the froth flotation process. So बच्चों आप लोगों को याद रखना पड़ेगा कि किस प्रोसेस में क्या यूज करते हैं. फॉर द जिंक वी आर यूजिंग फ्रोथ फ्लोटेशन प्रोसेस and then it roasted. So in the presence of oxygen, zinc sulfide gets reacted with oxygen to form metal oxide, that is your zinc oxide, and sulfur dioxide gas get liberated. The zinc oxide is mixed with the coke and the clay to make the briquettes. These briquettes are heated at the temperature of 1673 Kelvin to give zinc. The temperature in this case is higher than that in case of copper. So in this case, for the extraction of zinc, higher temperature would be required. And this is a very important point written over here, that zinc oxide, when it is at the cooling at the room temperature, it is white in color. When you get it gets heated, it remains zinc oxide, but it will be yellow in color. So there will be transformation of color also. This is the important point to remember. Now this zinc oxide, it reacts with the carbon, results in the formation of carbon monoxide, and zincs get separated out. So the metal is distilled off. This is the final process to obtain the pure metal via distillation and collected by the rapid cooling. Now moving on to the next one, next process through electrochemical process of metallurgy. So in reduction of highly reactive metal, chemical reduction is not feasible. There are certain process in which those metals which are highly reactive, chemical reduction is not possible. So in those process, what we are doing the electrolysis. So through electrolysis, we are obtaining the pure metal. So पढ़ लेते हैं इसमें क्या लिखा हुआ है. So it is carried out by adding some reducing element. In reduction of molten metal, salt like electrolysis is done. It is based on the electrochemical principle, which can be understood through delta G is equal to minus NFE. ये हम लोगों ने पहले ही पढ़ा है. Where N represent the number of electrons. E naught is the electrode potential of the redox couple formed in the system. If the difference of the two value of del E of a redox couple is possible, then delta G will be negative. और जैसे कि हम लोगों ने पढ़ा, if Gibbs free energy for the reaction is negative, then the reaction is feasible and less reactive metal can be obtained from it, salt, by more reactive metal. In other words, what we can say that the more reactive metal will go to the solution. Here you can see the copper ions, it reacts with the iron metal, results in the formation of copper, and iron ion gets separated. So as written over here, that more reactive metal will go to the solution. Alright, so in simple electrolysis, the metal ions are discharged at negative electrode and deposited there. Precautions are taken considering reactivity of the metal produced, and suitable metals are used as electrode. Sometimes flux is adding for making the molten mass more conducting. So here what happened, pure metal जो होता है हम लोगों का, it get deposited at the cathode, और जो एनोड होता है उसमें हमारी सारी impurities रह जाती हैं. And in this electrochemical process, through external battery, we are giving the current into the cell to complete the circuit, and so as to obtain the pure metal. So pure metal get deposited at your cathode, और anode पे हमारी सारी impurity deposit हो जाती है. So here the extraction of aluminium, the process has been described over here. Aluminium is mainly isolated from bauxite ore, and the impurities are silicon dioxide, iron oxide, and titanium oxide. These are the impurities. So how we can isolate aluminium? So पढ़ लेते हैं एक बार. Step 1 is the concentration of ore. Leaching of alumina concentration of bauxite ore is carried out by leaching, and the process is known as Bayer's process. In this process, pure alumina, that is the aluminum oxide, is obtained. First, second step is your electrolytic reduction. It is also known as Hall-Héroult process. In this process, purified alumina is mixed with the Na3AlF6 or calcium fluoride. This is known as cryolite or fluorospar, which lowers the melting point of the alumina and brings the conductivity. In electrolytic cell, steel with the lining of carbon as cathode and series of graphite as anode are used, and the overall reaction, this is the overall reaction where aluminium oxide reacts with the carbon, results in the formation of carbon dioxide and aluminium. So alumina, what happened, the electrolytic reaction are as follows. first aluminum oxide gets converted into aluminum ion. Alright, so at cathode there will be reduction because aluminum ion, it reacts with the electron, results in the formation of aluminum in the liquid form, and at anode there will be a carbon monoxide which further reacts with the oxygen to form the carbon dioxide gas. So the oxygen liberated at the anode react with carbon of anode, producing carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and around 0.5 kg of carbon is burnt away for each kg of aluminum. So for 1 kg around 0.5 kg consumption of carbon is there. Now the extraction of copper from the low grade copper ore and the scraps called hydrometallurgy. Here we can see copper is extracted from the low grade ore or hydrometallurgy, in which metal is leached out using acid or bacteria. Solution containing copper ions is treated with scrap iron or hydrogen. Here you can see the reaction scheme. Copper ions get reacted with hydrogen gas, results in the formation of copper solid. Similarly, copper ions, when it gets reacted with the iron scrap, so through this process we can obtain the copper, and iron oxide, iron ions get separated out. So extraction by the oxidation or reduction. Chlorine is extracted from the brine by oxidation reactions. What is brine? Brine is your NaCl solution. So through this we can obtain the chlorine. Now we can look at the process, the reaction that happens. So this is the reaction scheme. When NaCl aqueous, it gets split out into Na plus ion and chloride ion. So at cathode, what happens? Sodium ion, it gets reacted with the water in presence of electron, results in the formation of sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas gets liberated. However, at anode there will be a reduction. So chloride ion, it reacts with the water. So there will be liberation of hydrogen gas and chlorine gas as a product, and hydroxide ion gets separated out. The delta G for this reaction is around positive 422 kilojoule, which corresponds to the potential of minus 2.2 volt, and naturally it will require an external EMF that is greater than 2.2 volt, but electrolysis require an excess potential to overcome. So some other hindering reacting, thus chlorine is obtained by the electrolysis of sodium chloride, and it results in the formation of hydrogen and aqueous NaOH as a byproduct. So in the electrolysis of NaCl, hydrogen gas as a byproduct and NaOH as a byproduct will form. Now talking about the Downs process, it is the process in which sodium chloride is electrolyzed to get sodium metal, and also it gives the chlorine as a byproduct. So electrolysis of molten NaCl is carried out in this way. This is the scheme where you can see at the cathode there will be a reduction and sodium metal will be obtained, and then anode there will be a chlorine gas gets liberated out. In that case, sodium metal is produced at cathode and not NaOH, and chlorine is liberated at anode. Now talking about the extraction of gold and silver. First one is your gold. So gold is found in the native state. The bleaching process is intended to concentrated gold metal. This is the chemical reaction involved. In this, what happens? This gold metal, when it reacts with a cyanide in presence of aqueous solution, so there is a formation of a complex. Here you can see. So gold metal will form a cyanide complex. Then there is a reaction between this complex and the zinc. It acts as a reducing agent. Here you can see gold metal gets separated out. Cyanide, यहाँ पे gold के साथ only 2 ions get attached. However, in this you can see zinc ion, it can make complex with the 4 cyanide ion. Alright. So similarly, what happened for the purification, this metal, it reacts with the sodium cyanide in presence of oxygen. So it forms a complex. So this complex get reduced by the zinc. So tetracyano sodium zincate will form as a complex which gets removed out, and we obtain the pure gold metal. Here zinc is used as an reducing agent. Very important point to remember that for the extraction of gold, zinc metal is used. Okay. Now coming on to the extraction of silver. So the chief ore for the silver is argentite or silver glance. So chemical reaction involved in this process is this one. Here you can see. So this is the reaction, how it happens. So silver sulfide ore, it reacts with the sodium cyanide, result in the formation of a complex, and sodium sulfide gets separated. So at the reduction, this complex, it get reduced with zinc, result in the formation of pure silver metal, and the complex gets separated. So this is all about the extraction of the different metals. না ওটা জ্বলতে